Hello everybody, welcome to Ageless Rock channel where Megalithic fans can see things from a megalithic perspective. As you already know by now, there are plenty of giant Buddhas without history of its origin. Today, we are going to check out another giant Buddha statue in the province of Sichuan. This site can be translated as Big Buddha of Yuji mountain. Yu is the legendary founder of Xia dynasty. Ji can be translated as trace or footprints. Shan means mountain and Ta Fo means big Buddha. So you can say this is Big Buddha of Yuji mountain. Yu is also known as Yu the Great. He is the mythical character credited for stopping the Great Flood in the mythical story of the origin of Chinese history. His name can mean reptile in ancient dictionary. Yu's father is a mythical character called Kun. In English, it simply means big fish. Kun was given the task to stop the flood, but he failed. However, his son was successful in stopping the flood. So these two mythical characters, a reptile and a big fish in a great flood story, is part of the starting point of Chinese history. This statue is in Beiyuan village. Locals call this Big Buddha of Beiyuan. It is in the mountainous region of Yuji mountain. To give you a perspective of mainstream timeline, the Egyptians were building pyramids about 3000 years before England has a history of monarchy, starting from the debatable King Cedric of Kingdom of Wessex due to lack of evidence. If you believe in the biblical deluge, it happened very close to the times when the Egyptians were building the pyramids. They could have recorded something about the flood, considering the proximity between Israel and Egypt. Approximately 5 centuries later, China has its own flood story, which is considered a myth because Yu and Kun were both legends rather than real historical figures. Today, you can visit Ta Yu Ling, or in English, Yu the Great Mausoleum in Yuling village in Shaoxing city of Zhejiang province. Pretty amazing that we have the tomb of the ancestor of Chinese people near Shanghai. But I am doubtful that his bones are actually there. This site has been greatly improved to become a tourist destination. This area has a few temples and a few monks. It is in a remote area and is very lacking in tourism. It has so few tourists that it is actually free. There is no entrance fee for this site. Go to the red building and Buddha is already waiting for you there. Despite all the articles you read stating it is a Tang Dynasty construction, there is actually no record of its construction. It could have been repaired during Tang Dynasty, but connecting them as builders is a loose connection. Some argued it is a Song Dynasty construction due to his clothing. This Buddha is 17.5 meters high. His waist is 6.13 meters wide and his palm is 1.3 meters long. He has a plump face and his eyes are slightly open. His lips are slightly curved up at the end. Big Buddha does not have his entire back to the cliff. This Buddha is almost a monolith. Only his back is attached to the bedrock. His legs are about 2 meters away from the cliff and you can walk around Big Buddha. Spring water flows from the back and accumulates in the depression behind the feet all year round. But I would like to draw your attention to the mysterious rectangular holes all over the cliff in random location and size. This is a tool mark of the unknown megalithic builders with their unknown tools. On both sides of the Buddha, there are stones like dragons and tigers, and on the right, there are stone carvings like Guan Yin. It is said that there is a 100-meter long cave with stone beds, stone stoves, granaries, and toilets. It sounds like an underground city of Derinkuyu in Turkey. This temple may look like an ancient temple to a normal tourist, but look at the mysterious rectangular holes and the rectangular cave or niche. I wonder what is the rationale for a niche so high where it is hard to use on a regular basis. You can find a similar design of architecture at Baraba Caves in India and Gua Gajah in Indonesia. What are the odds that Chinese, Indians, and Austronesians once had a similar concept for a bedrock entrance? If you can imagine what it looked like when it was completed and without modern wooden protection, the big Buddha will look pretty amazing with the backdrop of a bedrock. Why would ancient Chinese carve a huge statue without protection from rain or sun? Another interesting monument is a menhir. This upright stone is more than just an ordinary monolith. It has a circular hole on the top. This is definitely not a Chinese art or cultural design object. Standing stone with a hole is a megalithic cultural relic. There is a monolith with a drill hole in Ireland as well. If you are familiar with megalithic sites, you will know that they are mysterious monuments baffling scientists and archaeologists since they were discovered. This megalithic site is not only about Buddha if you wear megalithic lens. There are long straight striations with even gaps on the wall to prove that the tools used to shape this bedrock is not familiar to our civilization. On top of the arch entrance, there is a pagoda-looking structure and is obviously unfinished. But unfinished carvings will have chisel marks. So where are the chisel marks? Normally, Chinese will just find their way around a bedrock. But here you see Chinese reshape bedrock to get from point A to point B. Hardworking ancient Chinese cannot explain this logic. In 1985, the Southern County government carried out the training and construction of Yuji Shan Grand Buddha Scenic Spot to make it more attractive to tourists. As the name Qi officially translates as trace for this site, it can also mean footprints. And there is a set of 2 huge footprints of Ta Yu at this site. Since the footprints are described as huge, I have a feeling Ta Yu was a giant. I will have to go there and see it for myself, and I will take pictures when I see them. Today, we have modern wooden structure and clay roof to protect the Buddha from weathering. If not, it would have been like this from a drone view. I wonder why ancient Chinese didn't build a cover to protect Buddha from weathering right after completion if they actually hew it out of the bedrock. Yuji Mountain Buddha has been staring at this view for over 1,000 years and doesn't look like there is a lot of changes. It might be a good idea to keep it low profile so that I don't have to buy a ticket when I get there. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this short presentation on Big Buddha of Yuji Mountain. See you in the next video and have a wonderful day. This is Bernie Ong signing out. 谢谢。